typically hold more than 3,000 committee hearings and markups each year. So what's a markup? Are they going to tell us, or do we have to look for it? Oh, I don't know. Let's go back a page because I think it describes markups, if I'm not mistaken. But just these different things like interest group participation before Congress. You know, what does that mean for you? You know, there's some people that get paid to lobby. Are you passionate about something? Could you get paid to lobby for it? You know, do you have your experience in the oil and gas industry? Do you have experience in the real estate industry? Now, a lot of people think the real estate lobby would be lower. It's number 2. Isn't that surprising? Yeah, it surprised me too. I have a friend that's heavily involved in real estate. He's a broker from California, and he did the land deal for the Reagan Law Library. So he's pretty cool. It's cool beans. You know, right here, formulation of bills. And I think this is pretty basic, but maybe it's not. Some of the most active lobbying often takes place even before a specific bill is introduced. Is this ever true? And I've been working on a law in Oklahoma, and it was passed. And I want to wait till November to talk about it because I can't really do anything with it till November. But I can't tell you how excited I am about this. It has to deal with the internet and keeping people from cyberbullying you. I mean, it's that simple. Oklahoma is a state where they ensure certain freedoms. And now they're ensuring the privacy of individual. It's finally happening in Oklahoma. The freedoms that people experience in Europe are now happening in Oklahoma. You know, Oklahoma's kind of a backward state. And it's kind of surprising that this is. But formulation of bills in this book, you know, talks about the most active lobbying takes place even before a specific bill is introduced. I highly recommend, this is me talking, I highly recommend that you find a group that is a watchdog group about specific bills that might be coming to fruition or not. Let me take a look over here. All right. Making sure my levels are good. I really like this new microphone. But we use Oklahoma Policy Institute, my friends and I. We use it a lot to keep on task with a bill, you know, even before it's introduced. It says here in this book, Interest Groups, Congress, and Public Policy, lobbying at this very early stage of the process is important for establishing perceptions of the political, legal, and administrative viability of various policy options. By narrowing or expanding the perceived range of legislative possibilities, groups are often... Well, we do have a fun time here, so I don't see the sense in... Yes, I see what you're saying. Good evening to people in the chat room. So lobbying before the bill's even introduced, you know, it talks about things like this here. It's like a preemptive strike. Like before you know that your enemy is going to attack you, you do a preemptive strike. And that's kind of what a lobbyist does before the bill's introduced to committee. By narrowing or expanding the perceived range of legislative possibilities, groups are often able to define the terms of the debate. Like, here are the parameters. You know, if you boundaries. Like, if you define the boundaries and if you live within those boundaries, the possibilities are endless. It's really important to live within the rules when it comes to lobbying and trying to bend things. You know, if you lobby, you can squash proposals before they even receive formal consideration. This can save a lot of money. Like, if you know that there's a bill that might be introduced, you, the average Joe citizen, can call ahead, I really don't want to see a bill against limiting my gun ownership. I'm for the Second Amendment. Please do not even consider anything that is in opposition to the Second Amendment. And if you get maybe, 10 of your friends and they get 10 of their friends, like, and this person has to be on that committee for gun control, lobby for that, then it'll die before it even gets into committee. That is the way things are done. It gets a little confusing for me, and I'm very, very happy about it. But anyway, this book is called Interest Groups in Congress, Lobbying, Contribution, and Influence. It's by John Wright. The foreword's by Bruce Oppenheimer. I really like the foreword. And it's a classic work in political science. And, this one I think is at Barnes and Nobles, and it's a good book. And it's been reissued once again. So, anyway, that's that. Well, I hope people can hear me. I can see people are going in and out. But, it's kind of hard to talk about different views when people haven't called in. I'm going to enjoy talking to you. You're going to have to sit there and listen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to sit there and listen. And looking at, really, looks like they're playing music in a lot of these different, whoops. There's a WTF show on Spreaker that's pretty funny. I like it. Alrighty then, let's go back over here. Just like to see what's going on, so that's a heads up to the WTF group. Smart, smart, smart. And let's see who the name was on this one. Waiting for it to pull up. I guess it's having some issues. DJ Ed Production on Spreaker. They're talking about some dumpster person and cyberbullying. I think it had a lot of good information about cyberbullying. There was a Bill Wagner on there that was talking about his experiences, and I think it's good to listen to different podcasts. And anyway, because I don't think being mean to one another just to tear each other down. When you're getting close to 60, and I mean very close to 60, I don't think it should have a place in your life. I mean, that's something that's frowned upon in high school. I just, wow. Well, the same person that's attacking this DJ Ed has attacked me for a number of years. What's their problem? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Let me find this one phone and turn it off. I don't see it. It must be here somewhere. I'll find it later. But I want to play a clip since we don't have a lot of callers calling in. It is late at night on Blog Talk Radio. Let's see here. Play this first in honor of the crazy lady. I think I may have found the clip that I'm wanting. Yeah, it is pretty cool. So I have crazy lady bitch in my life that's causing problems, and in November a lot of it's going to go away. I went to great lengths for this, so to support this bill that became a law. But the next piece I'm going to play is about the Revolutionary War. It has to do with the French War. But I like the beginning. It goes, in the beginning, God created rich people. Now, I want to talk about on Spreaker, since I found out I can upload a lot of podcasts that I've already done to Blog Talk Radio. And then I can do one live podcast on Blog Talk Radio. That sounds good to me. But I'm looking forward to uploading some podcasts that I will be doing shortly. One of them, I'm going to do a reading of the Stanford rapist victim. She spoke and read aloud this letter that she wrote, that she addressed to the rapist. in open court. It was 12 pages long, and it's hard to read. No, not by the spelling. I mean, there's some of the grammar needs to be fixed. But regardless of that, the subject matter is very hard to follow. It's difficult, it's emotional, but if you want to listen to it live, you're more than welcome to. We can do that. So we can help others on their journey through perhaps a difficult time. And where did it go to? Hello, where did it go to? Doesn't it irritate you when you have something right there and all right. Let's see if my levels are right. They're just fine. I'm fine. So let's listen to this Alan guy. Oh, I gotta get it up over here too, right? Dun 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 dun. Okay, let's go backwards here. 1, 2, 3. A-L-A-N. Alan's a good name. There we are. It's a bit of a lengthy piece, but I think we can do it. Let me see how much time I have left. Yeah, we can do it and then end up talking about it. Alrighty. So I'm going to come down here. Alright, let's push play there. I think if they wrote it the way I wanted it. I don't hear it. Oh, I see. Let's see if I hear it being spoken. I'll be right back. And let's see, put my...
God created rich people first, and then showed them the world they would own. And when they came to a field with thousands of headless bodies with torsos and hands like iron, God told them the headless bodies were destined to be poor workers. The rich cried out, "But these heroes with their iron muscles will crush us." "Don't be frightened," answered God. "I shall place very small heads and brains on their bodies, so until they develop them, you've nothing to fear." Who are still the oppressors? The rich. Who are still the oppressed? The poor. Your slavery is their liberty. Your poverty is their prosperity. Priests say the poor must be content with their poverty and they'll find heaven hereafter. Idiots. Cretinous rag pickers. My dog Georges has more sense. Don't you know that whilst you're gazing up at heaven, your pockets are being picked clean, your eyes are plucked out, and you're robbed of your birthright, blind to what is done to you? Christ's priests seized mankind in its cradle and broke the bad news, saying, "You shapeless stench, you can never be anything but filthy. Your only chance of winning a pardon for being so filthy is if you bow low in perfect humility in the face of all the afflictions, sorrows, and injustices heaped upon you. You're poor, and you stay poor. That is how it is meant to be. Life is a bitter ordeal. Don't speak out. Just try and save your worthless soul. You won't be able to, but you'll give us less trouble by trying. And when the time comes for you to die croaking, the darkness will be as hard to bear as the daylight ever was." Oh. The church knows its business. It offers fear and punishment, not happiness, certainly not liberty, only servitude, forever and forever. Religion is a liar and a cheat. Yet still you hunger for it. That's why you've sent for me. Jacques Roux, Mad Jacques, Red Roux, preacher of the poor, sower of sedition, subverter of all laws, a priest who saw the light of reason and now proclaims fellowship with all who live in dark dens and desolate places. It's fitting that I should preach perhaps my last sermon in a ruined church in the parish of St. Nicholas, Summer's End. I go before the tribunal tomorrow, charged with revolutionary excess. Now I am, it seems...